Hello, welcome you all. So here thermodynamics means it is a branch of energy that deals with the heat and other forms of energy. The laws of thermodynamics apply only when a system is in equilibrium or moves from one equilibrium state to another equilibrium state. ಥರ್ಮೋಡೈನಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇದೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನು ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಥರ್ಮೋಡೈನಮಿಕ್ ಲಾಸು ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಂ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, closed system, and the state functions, work, enthalpy, and their applications, as well as the measurement of delta U and delta H, also the relationship between Cp and Cv for a ideal gas. So in this class we are going to discuss about Hess law of constant heat summation. The standard enthalpy of a reaction which takes place in several steps is the sum of the standard enthalpies of the intermediate reactions into which the overall reactions may be divided at the same temperature. So this is what Hess laws. According to this Hess law, delta H is equals to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. Suppose the reactions are taking place in a multi-step. So in each step we are able to calculate the value of enthalpy term. So in a first step the enthalpy is taken as delta H1, and in second step delta H2, and in third step it is delta H3. According to this Hess law, it is the sum of the standard enthalpies of the intermediate reactions into which the overall reactions may be divided at the same temperature. So the applications of this Hess law are in determination of beat of formation, in determination of heat of transformation. This is not beat, it is a heat. Okay, heat of formation, heat of transition, heat of hydration. So in all the process we are using this Hess law. The Hess law of heat of constant summation. The total amount of heat evolved or absorbed in a reaction is same whether the reaction takes place in a one step or in a number of steps. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗೋದು ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅ constant in the sense it is same whether it takes place in a single step or it takes place in a multi-steps. So here is one example. The graphite, upon adding with the oxygen, means a combustion, so it will produces CO2. In that case the enthalpy is minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. That in a similar way, the carbon monoxide, upon reacted with a half oxygen, it is also gives carbon dioxide. In that case the energy liberated is minus 283.0 kilojoule per mole. On combining the two reactions, CO2 will give CO plus half O2, so the delta H value is plus 283.0 kilojoule per mole. To get 1 mole of carbon monoxide on the right, we reverse the equation to, in this, heat is absorbed instead of being released, so we change the sign of delta RH value, that is minus 283. Means to get 1 mole of carbon dioxide we reverse this equation. So when you reverse this equation, this amount of heat is absorbed, so the sign becomes positive. In general it can be represented as A is converted into B, A will changes to B, so that is the total enthalpy change. So initially the A is transferred into C form, after that C is converted into D form, so that is delta RH1, delta RH2. After this D will decompose to give the product delta RH3. So we can write delta H formation is equals to delta H1 delta H2 plus delta H3. So this is what Hess law. Next one is Born-Haber cycle. It is not possible to determine the lattice enthalpy of a ionic compound by direct experiment. Thus, it can be calculated by following steps. So, if you consider sodium in a solid state, that is converted into a Na gas. Sodium in a solid state is first converted into its gaseous state. So, in that case, the delta H value is 108.4 kilojoule per mole. After that, the solid to gas is nothing but a sublimation reaction, so we are at delta sub. After second step, the sodium gas is converted into Na plus plus electron minus, that is we are ionizing that. Delta H ionization is equals to 496 kilojoule per mole. In third step, the half chlorine molecule in a gas state is converted into chlorine gas. The dissociation of the chlorine molecule will takes place. Delta H is equals to 121 kilojoule per mole. This half is because we are using half molecule of chlorine. Next, the Cl, by taking the electron from this, so it is converted into Cl minus. The electron gain enthalpy delta H is minus 348.6 kilojoule per mole. So finally this Na plus will combine with this Cl minus, it will produces NaCl solid. So this is a Born-Haber cycle for the production of this sodium chloride. So here we can see that Na plus and Na gas and a Cl gas. So initially Na plus half amount of Cl2 will formed, and after that this Na plus and half Cl2, so the gas is converted into the corresponding ionization state. So this complete cycle is nothing but a Born-Haber cycle. So here it take this sodium solid and half chloride solid. So sodium in a solid state and this half chlorine in a gaseous state. Initially what happened, this sodium in a solid state is converted into their corresponding ions. This is second step. This Cl2 as it is. After that this Na plus as it is, that will combine with the Cl2 gas molecule. So here what happens, the Na plus and half Cl2 is converted into a chlorine. So this is the step. So after that this chlorine will takes the electron, so it is converted into Na plus plus Cl minus. This Na plus and Cl minus upon adding, so it will produces a NaCl. So by applying the Hess law, we can write delta H is equals to 4112 411.2 Kelvin plus 108.4 plus 121 plus 496 minus 348. So you will end up with the lattice enthalpy 788 kilojoule. Next one is spontaneity. Spontaneous process, a process which can take place by itself or has a tendency to take place, is called as a spontaneous process. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ಸು ಅದರಿಂದನೇ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, or it takes place by itself or it has a tendency to take place, is called as a spontaneous process. The spontaneous process need not be instantaneous. Its actual speed can vary from very slow to quite fast. Actual speed slow ಇಂದ quite fastly ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. A few examples of spontaneous process are common salt dissolved in a water of its own. Carbon monoxide is oxidized to carbon dioxide of its own. So these are the example for the spontaneous process. ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ಟನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಸೊ ಅದೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ತನ್ನಿಂದ ತಾನೇ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಲೂ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. Next one is entropy. Entropy is a measure of degree of randomness or disorder of a system. Entropy of a substance is minimum in a solid state while it is maximum in a gaseous state. ಮೆಜರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರೋಪಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರೋಪಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸಾಲಿಡಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಲು ಟೈಟ್ಲಿ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎಂಟ್ರೋಪಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೋಪಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆಸ್ S final state minus S initial state, that gives the change in entropy. For reversible and isothermal process, the change in entropy can be represented as delta S is equals to Q reversible by T, that is equals to delta H by T. When a system is in equilibrium, delta S is equals to 0. The second law of thermodynamics, the entropy of a universe is continuously increasing due to the spontaneous process taking place in it. So second law of thermodynamics ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ the entropy of a universe is continuously increasing due to the spontaneous process taking place in it. Delta S system plus delta S surrounding is greater than 0, that is the S total is greater than 0. Next is Gibbs energy and spontaneity. A new thermodynamic function, the Gibbs energy G, can be defined as Gibbs energy ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು thermodynamics ಟರ್ಮು. ಅದನ್ನೇನು ಬರಿಬೋದು H minus Ts, where H is a enthalpy, T is a temperature, S is a entropy term. So the enthalpy minus the product of temperature and spontaneity will give the Gibbs energy. Or you can write delta G is equals to delta H minus T delta S. The change in a Gibbs energy is equals to change in enthalpy minus temperature constant ಇರ್ತದೆ, change in a entropy. The Gibbs energy change is equals to change in enthalpy minus temperature into entropy change. Criteria for spontaneity at constant pressure and temperature is delta G is negative, means delta G is less than 0, the process is spontaneous. If the delta G is greater than 0, this process is non-spontaneous. delta G less than 0 ಇದ್ದರೆ reactions ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Next, free energy change in a reverse reaction. So if you consider A plus B will gives to C plus D, it is a reversible reaction. So in that case, the delta G is equals to 0. When all the reactants and products are in a standard state, the delta G is related to the equilibrium constant. That is when delta G is equals to 0. We know that delta G is equals to delta G naught minus RT ln K. So when this delta G is equals to 0 and 0 is equals to minus delta G naught, delta G naught minus RT ln K. So we can rearrange this equation. So we will get delta G is equals to minus RT ln K, or delta G is equals to 2.303 RT log K. Delta G naught is equals to delta H naught minus T delta S naught, or you can write minus RT ln K. So this is a equation for this one. Since delta G naught depends upon the value of delta H for a strongly endothermic reaction, the value of delta H may be large and positive. In such cases, K will be much smaller than 1 and the reaction is unlikely to form a product in a large amount. In case of exothermic reaction, delta G is large and negative and delta G naught is likely to be large and negative. Next, third law of thermodynamics is that the entropy of a perfectly crystalline substance is 0 at a 0 Kelvin. Thermodynamics, some few points on this thermodynamic topic are: thermodynamics deals with the energy change in a chemical or a physical process. First law says that delta U is equals to Q plus W. The change in a enthalpy and internal energy is related by using equation delta H is equals to delta U plus P delta V. This you already know it. Delta H is equals to delta U plus delta N RT, that is P delta V is equals to delta N RT. Delta H is negative for exothermic reaction and positive for endothermic reactions. At constant pressure, delta H is equals to Qp. Next, Hess law. Enthalpy change of a chemical reaction can be represented as delta RH is equals to summation of AI delta F H product minus summation of BI delta F H product. Entropy is a measure of randomness of a system. For a spontaneous change, total entropy change is positive. Delta U is equals to 0, delta S is greater than 0. Entropy change can be measured by the equation delta S is equals to Q reversible by T, and this is what gives energy equation delta G is equals to delta H minus T delta S. For spontaneous change, delta G system is less than 0, and at equilibrium delta G is equals to 0. The standard Gibbs energy delta G naught is taken as minus RT ln K. So this completes your syllabus. Thank you.